Let's review what a breadboard is before we discuss how to breadboard. Solderless breadboards are used to construct electronic circuits during the prototype phase. Prior to modern breadboards that are used today for prototyping, makers would use an actual wooden breadboard from their kitchen along with wires and nails to assemble and test circuits. Modern breadboards have conductive strips that travel the length of the board horizontally. These are called power strips. They also have smaller conductive strips that run vertically as rows along the width of the board. The vertical strips are separated by a channel appropriately spaced for most through-hole ICs. Connections between wires and components are made by placing the leads in the same vertical column. The standard pitch of a board is 0.1 inch or 2.54 millimeters. Breadboards are used to test and prototype circuits before creating a printed circuit board or PCB, and no soldering is required. Now that we know what a breadboard is, let's breadboard this simple 555 timer circuit and go over some tips along the way. First, make sure there is no power applied to the circuit you are breadboarding at any time. This is common practice when working on any circuit. It is also good practice to wear safety glasses when breadboarding in case you have to cut wires. It's best to start with placing any ICs so we can easily build out from those. ICs will typically have some sort of mark or notch on them near pin 1. Ours has a notch on one side of the IC. While holding that notch facing the left as shown, pin 1 will be directly underneath it, pin 8 directly above. Pin numbering on ICs will typically start on one corner and increase around the IC counterclockwise. After the IC is in, start with power and ground connections from the IC and parts that make a connection from IC to power or ground without any junctions. Now install the 1 mega ohm resistor with the color code of brown, black, green, and gold. Next, install the 100 microfarad capacitor and verify that the negative lead goes to B23 on the breadboard and not the IC connection at B15. Place the speaker leads into the terminal with the black negative lead on the right when the terminal connections are facing you. Then, connect the terminal following the directions on screen and the jumper wire that connects the negative lead of the speaker to ground. Place the 0.47 microfarad capacitor from the negative power rail to A4. Install the photoresistor from E4 to F4 across the center channel. Add the remaining jumper wires following the connections on screen. Then place the 10 kilo ohm resistor with the color code brown, black, orange, and gold from J4 to the positive power rail. The circuit is now assembled, but you'll notice that it looks fairly messy. Let's cut the component leads and make our own jumper wires to clean it up. Now that we've cleaned the circuit up, let's test it to see if it works.
Want to watch more videos like this? Like and subscribe.